All right, so just before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with a few tips. Those are a few tips that either are very practical action, what you can do, or something that I hope you will get your mind to start thinking differently about what you're doing. So the first thing, if you want to be successful, if you want to become financially free, if you want to increase the amount of money that you get into your life, you need to learn to focus, and starting right now. The more distractions you have, the less money you have, and we are all very, very good in creating distractions, allowing interruptions, etc., etc. So let me give you a very quick example for that. Let's see if I can take that out. Okay, so I'm going to write it down just to make it easier a little bit for you. But over a year, the maximum amount of hours that you probably can, effectively work is about 2,000 hours. Okay, that's the maximum amount of hours that you can work. I calculated by 40 hours a week multiplied by 50 weeks. So you take only 2 weeks vacation and you work every day for 8 hours. So that's the maximum probably that we can get. Now let's say that you want to make, and just for the sake of a calculation, you can put any other number you want. But let's say that you want to make this year, in the coming year, 120,000 euros. Okay, now we're not talking about passively, just normal working income that you need to work for that. Now if you calculate, when you were talking about 120,000 euros over 2,000 hours, that means that for every hour, every day that you're working, you need to make 60 euros. Does that make sense? Okay, so 120,000 divided by 2,000, that's 60 euros per hour that you need to make. So that means that for the 20 minutes that you're wasting playing with Facebook, you're actually, what you're doing is you're taking 20 euros and you're basically turning it around. It's like burning your money, just like that. Okay, for 20 minutes playing on Facebook. That's all. If you're playing more, that's more. For the 40 minutes that you watch the program on television or whatever it is that you're doing, that's 40 euros. That's 40 euros that you just take and you're turning them like this. That's what you do to your money if you want to achieve this. I know that it's confronting, but this is something that you need to look for that. Let me give you something which is much more confronting. If you choose to clean your own house because you think you're saving money, what you're doing is that you're saving 20 euros that you don't give the cleaners, you clean it yourself, right? So 20 euros per hour you put in your pocket, and that's great, you save that, but you just wasted 60 euro for every single hour. 60 euros goes down the drain because you chose to do it yourself instead of letting somebody else do that for you. So this is something that you really need to look at. I would like you to have that as a picture in your mind and realize that this is the price you're paying for, when you want to reach those rights, for all those ways that you're not focusing on whatever it is that you should do. Remember those 3 things that actually delivers you the most value. Something to think about. So what it means also, it's not just that you're not focusing on that. If you start thinking, oh, now for financial freedom, I need to create for myself some other sources of income, maybe some other sources of passive income, and you hear all those people around you that recommend you, oh, you need to go and, I don't know, do an MLM, the network marketing. So join a network marketing company, and, they have great products, and they have products about health and IT and whatever it is. MLM or network marketing is not a business opportunity. It's also not passive income. It's not passive at all because you have to work for that. You are becoming an employee for a company. You become a sales manager if you want. At the beginning, you're selling for them, and at the end, you need to hire other salespeople, and it's work and it's full-time job. And every single MLM person, it will tell you, even if they're very successful at the beginning, the first few years, there is no passive whatsoever. Also, it has nothing to do with business opportunity. I don't care what they tell you about it, because they will use those 2 words all the time. Business opportunity, passive income. It's not passive and it's not a business opportunity because it's not your business. You can do nothing. You have no control whatsoever, not on the names, on not the branding, on the prices, on the way that you can deliver, nothing. You're actually competing with all the other salespeople, and the more the company is successful, the less you will be successful because there's more competition, which you cannot in any way, shape or form differentiate yourself. People really don't like when I'm talking this way about this whole industry of MLM and network marketing. I love MLM and network marketing when I'm the company, not when I'm the salesperson. And you need to be very, very careful with that. And that takes away your focus for where it should be, which is on your business. So be aware, don't go there. You don't want to go to anything like opportunities like Forex or trading or stocks or whatever it is. Not because it's not a possibility, but because you have no control. Rich people like to have control. You have no control over that. It's besides you, and it takes you away from your business. No matter what they tell you, it's not an easy thing to learn. You need to spend the time learning it. You need to spend the money to learn it. You need to practice and experience with that. All the while that you can actually spend all this time, effort, and money into your business. I wouldn't go there if I were you. I really wouldn't. You do what you want, but that's not my recommendation. You might have thought that real estate, and I will mention that in the Financial Freedom, I will say that one of the ways to generate passive income, very good way to generate passive income, is real estate. But if you're not into real estate right now and you need to learn everything from new, then you're in for a long learning curve that can be very expensive. And again, the most important thing, it takes you away from your business. In a time that you don't want to go away from your business, you want to stay focused all the time, like a laser. So I would suggest drop that too. Internet marketing, there's so much out there. When you type into the internet, make money, you will find all those scams and schemes and ways to make money on the internet. And you know, maybe some of them are legit, very few, but maybe some of them are legit. But the point is this, again, it takes you away from your business. If your business is internet marketing, absolutely go for it. If a big part of your business is internet marketing in order to market, go learn that. But don't do internet marketing for the sake of internet marketing or for the sake of passive income. It will not do that for you. Not in a short while, and it will take your focus away. And again, I just showed you how much money you burn when you're wasting that time. So be careful. Okay, so that was one thing. The other thing that I want to share with you is the numbers. You need to know your numbers. And I don't care what the numbers, this is a good example. Okay, how much do you want to make a year? How much do you want to make in order to become financially free? Those are good numbers to know. How many hours you want to work? There are many more numbers, but if you don't know your numbers, what can you change? You might say, well, I want to double my business, but what do you want to double? The amount of fun, the amount of energy, the amount of clients, the amount of what? I mean, you need to be very, very specific on what are the numbers that you want to focus on. So this is kind of, I'm leaving that to you as a homework. Figure out what are the most important numbers you want to focus, and then focus on them like a hawk. Okay, that's the only thing you're focusing on. How do I grow them? How do I grow them? How do I make them happen? All right, here's the third point. If you find yourself at any time, either consciously or unconsciously becoming frustrated or upset or angry on a person that is becoming very successful or a wealthy person, maybe you hear in the news and you just heard that this kid of 17 years old just developed an app, and 2 months later he sells it to Facebook for, I don't know, $2 billion, and you get kind of irritated and frustrated and said, that's not fair, it should have been me, I could have done it, or whatever. Or maybe you like golf and you just, you know, see in a sports channel that this guy is playing golf, and every time that he's playing, he's getting $1 million for that. You know, it's very easy for us to kind of make the other person wrong. It's not fair, and how can it be, and why I'm not? But it's not about them, it's about you. And you really need to realize that whenever you get to this feeling about rich people, about wealth, about money in general, you're actually shooting yourself in the leg. Okay, there is no way that you will become ever wealthy if you feel bad things, if you're jealous, if you're feeling that the rich people are greedy, or rich people are bad, or criminals, or whatever it is that might come in your mind. Again, consciously or unconsciously. If that comes, it will not allow you to become wealthy and financially free. So I really suggest that you'll do the opposite. Look for those wealthy people that you can actually admire, that you can appreciate what they're doing. Find out all those wealthy people that are not just so successful in business, they also make a difference in the world. And they are there, all of them. Go and check the TED Talk with Bill and Melinda Gates. You will be amazed. I don't like maybe Bill Gates as a business person or what he did for the industry of software, but when you see him sitting together with his wife on a couch and talking about their contribution to the world, you can't not love him. Okay, will change your mind totally. Have a look at what Richard Branson is doing, what Oprah is doing in the world, what Warren Buffett. You know, there's all those people that are very wealthy and they are using it for good. So I suggest that you start finding those stories. Every single successful person already wrote a book, published a book, or have a seminar or a course or something. You know, go and read those. Go and see how those people think and what motivates them, and get to want to be more like them instead of putting them as the bad or the greedy or whatever it is. All right, so another thing, number 4, is you have an internal numbers. We talked about numbers a little bit before, but you have an internal number, consciously or unconsciously, of how much do you think you deserve to have or deserve to make? And it's an internal number that we are growing up with it, and it's probably you're not aware of it. But there's a very easy way to find out what it is. And all you have to do is to ask yourself, how much do I make in the last years, or 1 or 2 or 3 years on average? How much do I make? And let's say that the number that comes out is 50,000, okay, 50,000 whatever. If you're making the 50,000 on a regular basis for the last 1 or 2 or 3 years, then this is your internal number for what you value yourself. You can exchange the sentence for I earn 50,000 a year to change it to I am worth 50,000 a year, and as much as it's going to confront, it's pretty accurate. Okay, so you might think that you're worth 50,000, that's why you generate 50,000. Donald Trump thinks that he's worth 2 billion, and that's what he generates. Okay, so it's the matter of changing that number. And sometimes you'll hear that this number is called the financial thermostat, and sometimes there are different names for that, and it's something to start becoming aware of it. The last thing I want to mention for you, and that's I throw some money in order to show you how expensive it is. But if you find yourself doing things like watching television, or surfing the web, or going on Facebook for hours, or playing video games, or whatever it is that you're doing, that it's not your major 3 actions that will deliver you the most results, I want you to ask yourself a very simple question: is this going to get me any closer to become financially free? Is it going to get you any closer? And what I did for many years for that, I had a piece of paper, and it was printed for me, and I was putting this question for myself: is that going to get me any closer to become financially free? And when you ask yourself this question and the answer is no, then ask yourself, why should I do that anymore? And stop it, just stop it. All those things that turns your money away, they're also taking you away from using your time in a much better way. So if you want to become financially free, that's time to stop that. So put that note in front of your computer, in front of your mirror, in front of wherever you are, and just ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now is going to get me any closer to become financially free? If the answer is no, stop it. Just stop it. That's it. That's it for today. We spent quite a few hours together. I hope it was beneficial for you. It's really a matter of taking this in, doing all those exercises. You can do them again and again if you need to. The point is that right now there's a process that it's starting, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but you will start feeling it in the next few days, in the next few weeks. You'll see that you start thinking a little bit different, you start reading the papers a little bit different, you start listening to news or messages about money and finances and economy and rich people, hopefully in a different way. This is just the beginning. You took the first step here today, and you should congratulate yourself, because this is a very big step.